So now let's start the project. I guess I have not rushed. If you think I have rushed, you can just watch this video at 0.5 speed using any media player. Let me just close. Oops. So let me just open my text editor that I'm going to be using for the project. I guess it is going to carry, maybe, I don't know. Let's just start. So this is going to be the text editor that I'm going to be using for the project. You can use Sublime Text as well, but I prefer using this one because sometimes it is easier to use. And I have some extensions installed on it, something like Emmet, Live Server, etc. So you don't have to do all this kind of stuff. But if you want, you can do it if you know how to do it. So I will create, let me create a folder on the desktop and call it the Online Hospital or the e-hospital. Yeah, I don't think this is possible. It just pops up my head. E-hospital. Yeah, something like this, right? So the e-hospital. So let me just add this folder and just go to my desktop. Where here it is, e-hospital. So this is the beginning of the project. Let me just check my time. Okay, 49 minutes. So if you want to download this IDE, the name is Visual Studio Code. You can just Google it, or let me just show you, because there are some beginners out there that maybe it might be harder for them to do it, and they wanna use it. So just search for Visual Studio Code. I guess okay, you see it over here. So just hit on this download Visual Studio Code. If you are using Mac, just choose your operating system and use it. You see, for Windows 7, 8, and for 64-bit, go for this one for 32-bit. Then for Linux, whichever distribution you are using, whether Fedora, CentOS, Ubuntu, Kali Linux. Then for Mac OS, as you can see, your iOS should be 10.10 and above. That's all for this one. So let me just off my Wi-Fi to save data. So let me just go back there. So what I want to create is the home page, and I want to open the other project, the final project, to be referencing it so that you should not forget anything. So the first thing that I put is, let me just output the boilerplate. So I'll come over here and create index.html. That's the index page, so you can see. So just hit on shift and you are on. That negation operator is going to pops up. The negation operator and Emmet abbreviation is going to pops up. So if you don't know what Emmet is, you can just search on Google. So I have my code over here, and you see some additional stuff, something like this, meta tags. Yeah, we use meta tags to do a lot of things, but for now I don't think you have to know everything. But we can use this viewport, this viewport for responsive web design. This for the character set, and the recommended character set is UTF-8. I don't know, this one is for compatibility with what Internet Explorer, I don't know. So the page type is going to be what? Home, e-hospital, right? E-hospital. So what I'm going to do is open it in browser. As you can see, open it in default browser. So I don't know why this thing is showing this logo. It shouldn't show, but you should forget about it. So now the next thing is what? To create the navigation, navigation. So as you all know, we should use what? We should use the body text, since we want it to be visible in the body. So there's what we call HTML semantic elements. The latest version of HTML have a lot of elements or tags that have been brought. So I'm going to use the header to define the header. I'm going to use header to define header, and I'm going to use main to define the main content, and I'm going to use footer. If you have familiarity with Microsoft Word, so you should have know all this. Then the footer. So I will use comment, honestly, since it's a bulk project. So I will say header just to define to know where I'm heading to. I can say end of header, or just what? Main. I can just say something like footer. So for this header, inside this header tag, actually you don't have to code this. You can just watch me as I code, so that you should have an imagination of how it works and pass your examination or CA test. So inside this header, I'm going to give you another test, which is the navigation. This navigation tool is a HTML semantic element, but you don't have to use it. Then the other thing is going to be what the UL. That is the unordered list. You can use whether ordered list or what I prefer to use the ordered list. Then inside this ordered list, I'm going to use what, as you all know, the list items. So for the first one, is going to be what, our home page, and I'm going to use the A. And again, I want to explain another thing. Whenever you define a link and you don't want it to be working right, or you don't have your target link to reference, you can just use hash, and it's not going to work. Let me just put home. Yeah, something like home. It's not going to. It will just stop right over there. As you can see in my URL bar, I'm missing that hash. So I'll just duplicate this. So let me just copy this line. Since I have a code formatter, so it's going to take care of everything. So I have these 2 links. Hopefully more than 2. So I'm going to put this join membership in order to join us. Okay, you see, it's just going to be duplicate membership, emergency, and contact us. Membership, emergency, and contact us. Contact us. Then we have another links, which is what, our doctors, pricing, about, and blog. So I have to paste these ones as well. You see what I hate. That is our doctors. Oops. Our doctors pricing about and blog. Oops, yeah, about and blog. So when I refresh this, I'm going to have all those kind of stuff. So since my home is this index.html, all I have to do is what, put index.html. That's all. Then for this join membership, I have to create another file with membership. Let's just call it membership. Oops. Membership.html. Yeah, membership.html. Right. Yeah. So I don't have to put anything on it. Then I'll just say membership.html. Then for the emergency, I'm not going to reference anything actually. I just want to put a phone number. Yeah. So all you have to do is just put TEL hyphen, then your phone number. I'm going to put the country code as well, because I don't know who are going to come. 0816666444083. Now let's say there's an emergency accident and you want to call the hospital right away. So you don't have to copy their phone number and type, which is going to waste a lot of time. So all you have to do is hit that link, and it's going to take you to your Skype on your computer, or if you are using your phone, it's going to take you to your DLR and call the emergency section right away. And the next one is going to be contact us. Let's say you want to contact us, you don't have to copy our email and go to your email this thing and make your complaints or ask for health tips. All you have to do is you the webmaster, all you have to do is just write this mail to and that hospital email. So let me just use my email. So now when I hit this contact us, check it out, it opens my email. So that's all for this one. I guess for this membership and contact us, that's all for it. Yeah, that's all for it. Then let's now move on to our doctors. There's a way you can create something. Have you ever think of when you click on something on your navigation bar, it's going to take you to a section in that same home page without opening another page? Let me just hit on this our doctors. Check it out. It goes to this our doctors section. So I'm going to show you how to do that in HTML. All you have to do is after this hash, just put our doctors. Something like our doctors. Oh yeah, hash doctors. Then I'm going to specify an ID. If you don't know what an ID is, it's just define a unique. Yeah, it's just define something that is going to be unique. I don't know how to say it, but when we read CSS, I'm going to explain everything about it. So that's all about an ID. So then the pricing section is going to be pricing.html, as you might think of it, pricing.html, and the next one is going to be about.html, and the last one is going to be blog.html. So let me just create those files. So something like pricing.html, then about.html, then the blog, then the blog.html. I guess that's all. So we are done with the navigation bar. Let me just go back over there. We are done. Then this text. So now let me just move on to the main place. This is just the navigation bar. So inside this main, I'm going to specify those things. So there's what we call div. Div just means division, which is just a container that holds a section. Yeah, that holds something. So and the way we define is what using div. And I'm going to use a class. Oh, I don't know whether I should explain what a class and ID means. But for now, we use a class, to give different, names to elements, and ID to define something that is unique. Most of the times we work with IDs in JavaScript. But for now, you don't have to know everything about it. Maybe I'm going to explain a little bit later. I'll go in detail later. So I'm going to be using the image feature over here, and I want to give it a name of what the main text. I'm using a convention called BEM. BEM just means block element modifier, so you don't have to follow that convention. You can just give any name that you want to give to your class. So I'll just, let's say main text header, right? Let me just leave it as main text. Yeah, main text. Oops. So you see what is given, the class and that main text. So inside that, I'll just grab this text. So I don't want to be typing a lot. Oops, it should be in H3, I guess. So that it should be a little bit bolder. You see, that get the guidance. And this button just say what? Learn more. Or we should learn more. Even and then this stuff. So actually they are just images, and I use the unordered list to list them. So you can just do something like UL and use the LI, and let me create a folder for images as of now, so that folder for icons, I guess. So let me just create a folder and call it icons. Alright, another folder and call it images. So let me just open my final project and grab all those things. Oops, it's going to be inside the 30 gram. So where the fuck is this thing? So yeah. Oh, here I go. So let me just open the hospital. I don't have to copy all these things. Inside. So inside this icon, I have some icons called the primary key, the success. They are just images in short. And here I have another images for our for our expert or our doctor, something like, whatever. You don't have to care. And for your information, now we want to reference these icons. That's the primary check. So I'll just say img. If you remember how to put image, img, then what? And what good thing about it is what to move on to those icons. And I want to put this check icon. Check it out. Is it the one? Oops, I don't think it is. Primary, okay, success check. I don't know why this thing don't want to duplicate, but let me just copy it. Oops. So what do you see over there? 100% expert, 247 support, trusted by millions. So let me just say 100% expert. Let me just reduce the size. 100% expert, 247 support, 247 support, or trusted by millions. By millions. Yeah. Let me just refresh it. Yes, trusted by what? Trusted by millions. And I guess that's all for this one. Now let's move on to the video. But before we move to the video, you can see a text moving around, which is we call MyQ in HTML. So it's just showing a text telling us what a university in the Middle East are about to create a vaccine to cure coronavirus. Though I just quoted the text, I don't know what the fuck it means. So let me just go out of the container and create that. Let me just say div video. using that class. So inside this video, I will say MARQUE, MARQUE. Then this behavior, it will show how it, how it moves. Then this direction should be whether the MARQUE should go left to right or top to bottom or whatever. So me, I don't care. I'm going to be using the default one, which is going to be what, left to right. So let me just try and grab that text. Now check it out. As you can see over here. And I guess I use the H3 to define this thing. So I would say H3 and put that text as well. So that's all. Now I'm going to show a way to put video using HTML. So we are going to be using what, the video tag. You have to note that we are still what, here is the opening tag and here is the closing tag. We are still in that what, in that container. So here's the video tag. And this SRC, as you remember, that of image is what source. The same thing with the video. So let me just carry my video or copy my video in the panel project. So where it is, here is it, VIDS. I guess we are done copying all this kind of stuff because I'm getting tired. So here is the video, corona vid.mp4. So let me, actually I don't want to use this one this way. There's another way that you can, create it. There's a source element inside it. So inside this source, oops, why is it doing this? So let me see this, the one with type. Oops, why? So yeah, this one. So this SRC is going to what, define the location. So let me just go to my, the way I put this pop-up is control space. When I'm inside, I'm inside between the middle of the value. That means before the quotation, before the opening quotation mark and the closing quotation mark. So here's the video, here's the corona video. Now check it out. Here's the video, but I guess I can't play it. So there's another element that we have to call, which is called what, the controls. It doesn't have a value, it's just an attribute. So the controls have shown. Here's the play.
Scientists from the University of Queensland are confident they'll be able to develop a vaccine for the deadly coronavirus. The university has been asked by the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations to develop a vaccine using UQ's recently developed rapid response technology.
And the next one is going to be the doctors. So let me just create another container for the div. Let's say div. But I'm not going to be using hash. Oh, I'm not going to be using class. I'm going to be using what? ID. As if you remember from the link. Well, let me just say doctors. Doctors. Oops. So inside these doctors, I'm going to use an ordered list and another list item and list all those doctors. Let me just use this one. Go to images. Go to doctors. Let me just use Dr. 1. So I should see the person picture over here. So that's it. Let me just copy this one. I don't know why this this duplicate is not working. Actually, I'm not happy about that. So I should change it to something like 2. I guess that's how I created that. Oops, 3. And just there's no way to wait for that autocomplete. Let me see if I can see their pictures. So you see their pictures over here. But I don't think I use an ordered list because from here you can see that they are arranged. So let me check out something. Okay, yeah. Oops. Because li is is an inline element. Oops is a block level element. So yeah, here we go. So it works. So now the next thing is going to be the feedback section, where this guy gives feedback about the services that we have done to them. So now I'll just let me just test this one. Now if I hit this doctor, it's going to take me over here. So now then the next thing is going to be div dot feedback. So I'm going to use those images, these images. Yeah. I'll start with the header section. Div dot feedback section. Then put the image. Yeah, it's going to be, I have, a folder called customers. Comment on, I guess that's the, that's the name. Alright, there's a mistake over here. Okay, let me just remove it. Then let me just say their names. Let's say like something like email. Mike at gmail.com. Then what? Deep.what feedback. I wanna give what that feedback. I can just use this lorem, but the text I guess is somehow much. I'll just leave it. So here is just what it's just the feedback. Yeah, that's all. So let me just duplicate or copy this, not the entire container, but what? Oops. This is supposed to be the what feedback section, and this is supposed to be what the user. I can just say user feedback. I'm sorry for the mistake. So copy it, paste again. As you can see, but they are almost the same picture. So let me just use two. Oops. I was supposed to use 3 over here and 2 over here. So you see they are different pictures. And I guess that's all for this one. Then the next one should be the footer. I don't care whether the email and you can just change it, whether it is the same or not. So then the last one is going to be what? It's going to be the footer. Yeah. So inside this footer we have what? We have something like a form that asks guys to subscribe to our newsletter. So you don't have to care about this thing. I'm going to be using posts here. I've told you before that form has a lot of attributes, so you don't have to care about these ones. I'm going to explain in PHP. So inside this form, I'm going to be using a label, and you see this form. This form means which input are you referencing. If you are working with a lot with checkbox or radio, you'll understand what I'm trying to say, right? So the text over this is what? Subscribe to our newsletter. Maybe I can add something like for our weekly health tips. But let me just leave it like that. I don't care. Then for the input, it's going to be what? It's going to be email. Yeah, since we're asking what for their email, and it's going to be what? A placeholder and what? Something like enter email. Yeah. So then another button for input for what? For submit. And I'm going to give the value of what? Of subscribe. Let me just refresh it and see what is there. And you see that subscribe. Then another one is going to be address. There is another HTML semantic element which is called what? Address. But let me just put it inside section, because it's a section. Actually, the reason of creating this project is what? That gives you more of how to create projects using HTML without just learning, and this stuff. So on this address, I'll just copy it. I don't want to type much. Why is it so? Okay. Yes. John Estes Street, Silicon Valley, Los Angeles, United States. So I guess I've never been to there, but I just put it. So let me just use, there's another HTML element called the HTML PRE, which means pre-formatted text. But I want to format this text. But my distance don't want to leave me. What do they call that? Okay. John Estes Street. Okay. John Estes Street, Silicon Valley, Los Angeles, USA. Silicon Valley, Los Angeles, US. Let me just leave it like that. So the work of this is going to be what? It's going to be the way you type is, that's how it's going to be shown. Then the next one is going to be a horizontal line. So the horizontal actually is a void element. All you have to do is what? HR, which means horizontal line, and it's going to be shown. Let me just check it out. Maybe we aren't going to see it, but let's try and use this 2020 symbol. So let me just give it some class of what social icons. Oops, let's see. I don't know. You see, the hardest thing is naming things. Actually, now I believe in that. Let me just say class. I don't know what to name it, so I'll just say and copy. If you can remember that HTML symbol, and copy what 2020, since we are in 2020, the time of recording this video. So you see that 20, and you see what our horizontal line. And the next one is going to be these icons. So there's what we call font awesome. We use those things to include icons in our. Actually, they use the SVG, scalable vector graphics. I don't know whether it is a language or not, to create all this kind of stuff. So let me show you how to get that. All you have to do is just go to your browser, or launch your browser, and search for what font awesome icons. You are going to create an account with them. After you have created an account, they are going to give you a specific link, and you can include that link in your project and start working with it. And as well, you can use font awesome offline. But before it opens, let me just show my that I have offline. So if you go to this, under icons, you are going to see something like this CSS and this wave fonts. So as a beginner, you can just start by including the link. But as of now, I'll just be using it offline. I don't know what is the problem. Okay, you see them. So there are a lot of icons that you can choose. Oops, I don't know. Okay, you can search. You see, they have over 7,842 icons. You can search whichever one you like. You can include the link in your project and start working with it. But I'm going to be using this one offline. So let me just include them. Or you can read the documentation for font awesome icon too, and because I want this video. So you see, another work for it is what to include external links. So the way we do this is what under void element called what the link. So it's going to be where it is. It's going to be CSS, right? Then this relationship is going to be what style sheet. So it is CSS like. Then the hypertext reference is going to be what? It's not going to be CSS actually. It's going to be. Let me just open my icons. The CSS, then the all.css is going to reference that. So now in order to put those icons, all you have to do is using what that italic tag. Most of the times people use it, but you can use this span. Why? Because they are what 11 elements. So let me just let me create another section called the social links. Oops, you don't have to care about my spelling. Social links, I guess that's correct. So you can just use something like fa.fa, something like .fa. Let me say Facebook and see fa Facebook. Oops, what the heck? The default one is going to be div. So and I want to use I. So it's not showing. I don't know whether it is fab. So as you can see, my Facebook is here, fa Facebook. So I want to increase the size. It's going to be the way you increase this size is you can use fa2x. Font awesome size should be what 2 times. You can use what 3 as well, but I guess I use 3 over that place. So you see 3. So apart from Facebook, we have another one, something like for Twitter, and what something like Twitter, YouTube. Oops. Let's get ready, man. Something like Twitter, YouTube, and the last one should be what? Apart from Facebook, Twitter, and the last one should be, I've forgotten. It's going to be Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Yeah. So we are done. I guess we are done for the first page. Yeah, I guess I use list style type because I can see those discs over here. So let me just embed them inside that as well. I'm not interested. Let me just leave them like that. I'm not interested actually. Let me just leave them the way they are. We know what to do. So the next thing is that when someone clicks on this, we are done with emergency and contact us. That's what you want. Emergency phone number and the email. And we are done with doctors. The one that remains is what? The join membership, the pricing, the about, and the blog. As you can see, we have what? Another way to put some icons like the user, the code, and what? The mail icon. So let me just copy one of these over there, and just all I have to do is what? To edit that stuff. over here. So let me just for the home, no, yeah, for the join membership. So it's going to be what? And I don't wanna, you know, should be the way it is. It should be what? User. Let me go up there. Oops, it's not going to be FAD, it's going to be FA. Yes. But I want user plus. User. There are a lot of tricks that you can do with font awesome, but this is just the basics. You can manage that. And for the, you know, for the emergency, I'll put what? Phone or dear, something like phone or dear. I've forgotten. I guess it's dear. Yeah, phone. Then for the contact us, it's going to be something like mail. Was it mail? Well, let me just inspect that element and check out. I don't want to waste time. Fast for envelope. So it's going to fast. It's going to be FAS. It's not going to be. It's going to be envelope. Envelope. There should be autocomplete for all this kind of stuff. So I guess we are done with this. So the best thing to do is what, since we have almost all the same thing, I should highlight all this thing and copy it to the membership section. So now let me just move this membership over here. Let me, and again for the panel project, let me just open the membership. So as you can see, we only have a form. So let me just delete all these things. Why is it? Oops, from header. Oops, I'm going to leave that header actually. Okay, the main. I'm going to leave this text, I guess. Oops, then for the video, okay, I'm going to remove this video and stop where I saw that that footer comment. Okay, it is here. It's going to be this one. So let's create our form. Oops, I'm going to use the get post. Sorry. So the first one is going to be what we are going to be collecting the first name. But before you move on, as you can, I know you have seen some changes. That is this 100% competitive salary experience from others. Then check out our registered expert before joining us. So let me just put them out. 100% competitive salary. That's before an expert join us. You want to tell them that. Oops. I don't know. 100% expert experience from others. And as you can see, the third one looks like what? It looks like a link to another place. So let me just put it as a link. So, oops, why is it? Okay, let me just open my join membership. That's the file. So you can see it changes. But this one should be what? In a link, as I've told you. I don't have anything to reference for now, but later on I guess. What the heck? Now it's working. I don't know. Okay, I'm coming. Let's see. Oh, I'm so happy, but not that much. Why? Because I don't think I need it right now. So we are done with this one. Now let's move on to the form again. So for the form, the first thing is going to be what? A label, asking for what? Asking for that person first name. So let me just give an idea of what F name is going to be. An ID. So let me just say first name. Oops. And I will put that everything that's going to be something like, you know, it's compulsory to put it, or you know, to put on. I'll just use the text, type text. You don't have to care about this name, as I've told you. And it's going to be what? F name. So we have that input for our F name. Here it is. Yeah. Then a placeholder again, asking for what? Enter first name. Enter first name. Then followed by middle name. I'm going to duplicate all these things. I don't want to type them again. Control V. Oops. What the hell? This thing works before, and I don't know. It's not working again. I don't know what the fuck is the matter that's happening to me. Let me just continue. So for the label again, for the next one is going to be M name. That's the middle name, right? But this one is what is not a must, so we don't have to use that star. Now our input is going to be I'm sorry if I'm rushing. That's how it should be. I guess we have understood what I'm trying to say. So enter middle name is almost the same thing. Enter middle. So the next one should be what last name. Honestly, I'm going to copy this thing. I can't type all the time. So then L name, which is what last name. This L name just means last name. And for the ID, I'm going to give it what L name. Enter last name. So the next one is going to be email. I'm going to paste down as well. So for the 4, I'm going to give it email, and here too I'm going to give it an email as well. I'm going to put that star as well for the last name. So for this tab is going to be text, and then this one is going to be email. So and for the ID, email as well. Yeah, email. And what enter email. So I guess we are done with this one. Then the next one is going to be gender. So let me just create a label for gender. Let me check how the gender looks like. Is it going to be, yes, it's going to be a selection box, a select box. And the word gender is a most. We are going to put the gender over here. Let me just use a small letter, and I'm going to use what a select. And for this name, I'm going to be using PHP. Then for the 4, I'm going to be using gender. Then inside this select, I'm going to be using an option. Yeah, option. And for now, I'm not going to be using this value. I'm going to tell you what this value does. You can use JavaScript or PHP to grab that data in that specific, content inside that element. So let me just say female. I don't know why the heck does this thing does this. So again, female. So I guess we are done with this one. Then the next one is going to be role. So as you can see, for the roles, we have something like cardiologist, dentist, medical doctor, etc. So I'm going to be using select as well for that one. So I should create something like select. Yeah. And I'm going to give it a role or department. You can use either, but I don't care. Why? Because it's just a tutorial. It's not a real world, project. So you can use option, something like the first one is going to be cardiologist, right? Cardiologist. So then for the other option is going to be, it should be alphabetical. Yeah, alphabetical order. So it should be dentist. The next one is going to be, I don't know, this one should be medical doctor. Oops, I'm putting for the value. Medical doctor. And this one should be ophthalmologist. Ophthalmologist. Then the last one should be I write this thing in between the options. Then the last one is going to be radiologist. So as you can see, I'm done the cardiologist, dentist, medical doctor, ophthalmologist, radiologist. That's all for it. Then we are moving to the next one, which is going to be a text area. I have forgotten to tell you what a text area means. So maybe you can use text area for collecting comments, address, or other stuff. So let me just create a label. And let me just say, something like address. Let me just say address. Enter address. Oops. Enter address. And the text area should be, the rows and columns are okay for me. Let me just try and open it and see. Oops, little bit bigger. Let me just leave it as 10, and this one has 3. I guess it's going to be okay. 3 columns or 5 rows, so it's okay. After the text area, why the fuck is it? After the text area, the next one is going to be resume. Yeah, it's going to be in form of file, maybe PDF or Word document. So I don't know whether maybe my major is not medical stuff, so I don't know whether they use resume or they don't. So actually I just use that keyword. So they can use resume, and I'm going to define my level over here for the resume, and let's say upload resume. Yeah, and the input is going to be what? File. Yeah, so as you can see here, it's going to show something like choose file to select that resume, but you see it's going to be showing something like images, file, even links or web page, but I don't want to be using that one. So there's an attribute which called accept, so you can specify what you want to be showing, something like the pdf.docx. I guess that's for Microsoft Word document. So when I choose that and I hit the choose, you see it's only what for custom files, PDF, though that still it won't work, especially on on operating systems or on computer, but on phones actually it's going to work. We are going to be using PHP in order to validate this thing, but for for HTML I guess we are done with that. And the next one is going to be a password and the password confirmation. So I'm going to create a label and call it what? Password. And it's what? It is a must. And even this one is what? Is a must. And for this one is going to be input password, right? Then the idea is going to be what? Password again. Then our placeholder is going to be what? Oops. Enter password. You don't have to care about my spelling all the time. And the next one is going to be again another level. Let's say confirm password. And for this one is going to be confirm password as well. Let me just give it a space. I don't want to be typing all the time. And for the input, let me just copy this one and change the text inside the placeholder. So confirm. Let me just leave that confirm. So I guess everything is there. Then the last one is going to be the button to be hit. That's join the online health etc or whatever. So it's going to be input with type submit. Input, and the value is going to be what? Join eHealth. Oops. How the fuck is the button? So as you can see over here, it's what? Join eHealth. I guess that's all for this one. The remaining two things, that's the pricing section and in the pricing section, the about and the blog. But you don't have to care much about the blog because it's just some some text. Let me just do it now. It's just a small section. So where is it? The blog. Let me just copy the boilerplate again. Oh, I don't think we have to call this like that. So let me clear this text actually because I don't need this. So as you can see, eHealth blog, get tips and tricks from experienced people. Always ask people when you have any. So I don't think I have something like this one again, this main text stuff. And let me just clear out this one. It's going to be just a container that will be talking about what? About the blog post. Or let me just say blog post header. As I've told you, I'm using a naming convention, so you don't have to do that. So eHealth, get tips from what? From experienced people. Let me just give it a H2. Let's see, H2, and the other is going to be what? Oops. It's going to ask questions, and this one should be, let's say, H1. I don't want it to be somewhat bigger. Oops. Let me just open my blog. Yeah. Or maybe I'll just use H3. Yeah. And the next one is going to be some random pictures and their username. So when we create another container inside this blog post, I'm supposed to create a container. First of all, div.body blog post under blog post here. Then the next one should be what? Blog post body. So inside this blog post body, I want to create, the users and what they have posted. So another container with what? Blog post. Yeah, blog post user, I guess. Then we should have something like image. I'm going to be using those feedbacks images, and it's inside customers. Yeah, over here. Then their username. Let's see, something like this. And let me just put it inside. Yeah, maybe H3. Yes, I want it all right. Assuming block level element. So let me just leave it like that. Then the text body, blog post user. Then blog post let me just leave it as blog post comments. That's what they have posted. So inside it, I'm going to give a P and that text. It's going to be something like Lauren, this Lauren, or you don't have to do that. And again, the next one is going to be what? Delete more pattern. So we can just put it over here. This is the redo mode. Why you can't redo mode? And or maybe I guess it's here. Okay, it's over here. So inside this redo mode, I can do something like this. Awesome. So let me just duplicate all this one. I guess this text is going to be bold. Yeah, it's going to be bold. So I'm going to be using CSS for that. So blog post user. Let me just duplicate this 2 more times. And 3, and change the images. I don't have to change the username and other things. Since it is hard coded, you can do that. Oops. So we have 3 people. Okay, maybe over here we have 4. So I have to add another one. I leave it as the first image should be the one. I guess that's one. So that's all for this page. There are remaining 2 pages, which is the pricing section, and then there's this button, refresh for more blog posts. So let me just scroll down. So div.what? Let me just give it a name of refresh. Is that how they spell refresh? I don't care. So refresh for more blog post, right? Let me just copy that or grab that text. And the other one, I use font awesome icons or font awesome icon for that. And let me just copy this one as a sample and put it over there. But I guess it is. Is it refresh? Is it going to be refresh? But let me just inspect the element and get what is there. It's going to be reply. Oops. It's going to be reply. But it looks like refresh. Yeah. So that's all for this one. Now let's move on to the pricing section. Let me just copy the text and paste it there. So let me just decrease the size. I remove some unwanted stuff from this video or to footer. I'm going to leave that footer actually for the whole pages. So where is it? Okay, let me just open the what are we working about? Okay, the pricing. Okay, the pricing, yeah. For the candle project, so let me just open the pricing. So we have an online calculator to calculate all the expenses here. This is just a H3. This is just that H3. This is going to be this one. Then the learn more button. Okay, there's nothing like learn more over here. I'm going to remove that. Then we want to check our pricing section. Use our online calculator. Then we want to use our online calculator. And I guess there's nothing like this one. Okay, they use our online calculator. So let's now create the pricing section on this online calculator. So for monthly pricing, we have something like, okay, let me just increase the size. Let me say div dot calculator. Oops, it's not the calculator first, it's the pricing section. Div dot what pricing, and we can just div dot what monthly, something like, yeah, something like this, div dot monthly, and another one div dot what annual. As for the annual stuff. So for this monthly, we are going to have an ordered list. Yeah, ordered list with some image. It's going to be images, success, oops. It's going to be icons, success check. Then it's going to go to emergency. I want to have, okay, emergency, reach you at home. This thing is not working again up to now. I don't know what the fuck is the problem. But let me just copy this line, because you should just bear with me like that. I'm just lucky that I have a code formatter. So we have reach you at home. Yeah. Reach you at home. Then the next one is going to be life insurance and pharmacy. Life insurance. Insurance. Pharmacy. So then for this one, it's not going to be what success check, I guess. It's going to be what primary check. That is the black one. Going to go to primary check. Now check it out. So it's reddish. Why? Because for monthly price, we don't want to, you're not going to be having those services. So then the next one is going to go $80 per month. Oops, there should be a header on that, let's say monthly pricing. Oops, monthly pricing. Then at the end, I'm going to say $80 per month. $80 per month. So yeah, I guess that's all. Let me just check it out. So I want to use H32 for this one. I'm supposed to use H3 actually. So let me just duplicate this one since they are almost the same. Let me just make a duplicate of it for the annual to save time. So this one is going to be what annual pricing, right? It's going to be annual pricing, and we have everything for it, which is what the success. And it's going to be what $900 per year. And it is what it is the recommended. Yeah, it is the recommended. So I'm going to create a badge over here using span and type what recommended with a star. So we are going to use CSS to create that badge. I guess we are done with this one. There remaining one page, and that's all. Yeah. Ah fuck, there's a calculator. Then this one. So div.calculator oops, calculator. So I'm going to be using a field set. There's an element, there is something called field set. It enables us to create this section here for, but I just feel like using it over here. They're using legend for that header text. I'll call it expense calculator. Yeah, now check it out. You see expense calculator, right? Then what? Then our input, patient name, your budget, what's your sickness, and calculate. So now let me just create a label. Patient name. Let me just give patient name. Then an input to what? To collect the budget. Oops. I'm going to be using this one. Of enter patient, no, patient name. Then the next one is going to be a label, your budget, right? Your budget. So I'm going to be using capital B. Then for the input is going to be something like, something like, yeah, text again. I'm not going to be using numbers actually. So for this one, it's going to go to budget. And I should give an ID over here. I feel like something is missing. It's just not, I remember. So after this, the next one is going to be, after this one, your budget, right? Most of them don't even have placeholder. Let me just say enter budget. Let me just leave it like that. Then what? Then sickness. So we have many sickness over here. Headache, injury, tooth. Then the next one is going to be what's your sickness? Label. What is your sickness? What is your sickness? Okay, question mark. Then I'm going to be using what a select. I'm going to give it a what sickness ID. Inside this option, I'm going to pass what does sickness, something like what headache. So as you can see, I just type everything. The headache, this is the value. I'm going to use JavaScript to work with this one, so you don't have to put it right now. The headache, which is here is the option. Oops, here is the value that's going to be displayed on the browser, and here is the value that I'm going to use to work with JavaScript. Headache, injury. You can put different things, but it's a good practice to use headache here. Or what you use the same, what you use here should be what should be used over here. So let me check it. Let's see. What's your sickness? You see, they are listed over there. Then the last one is going to go to calculate. I'm going to put down a button, and it's not going to be what? It's not going to be a submit button, just a button. Oops. Yeah, button. And it's going to be what? Calculate, not submit. It will make what more sense. Oops. Calculate. I guess we are done with this page. Yeah, we are done. Patient name, your budget, what's your sickness, headache, and calculate, and it's going to work. So now we have to implement JavaScript for this thing to work. I guess we are done with this one. Then the next one is going to be what? About us. So let me just open the about here. So for the about, I'm going to be using, before we continue, I have something like reach us now. Let me just copy this one more for the last time. So for this one, let me just decrease the size. I remove almost everything. So let me just clear it. So for this one, I'm going to be using something like, okay, this reach us now. I have to remove almost everything. Then this reach us now. This reach us now. Then the learn more button is there. So I don't know why did I even remove it. Why did I even remove it? Oops, it's not there. Let me just copy this text one more last time, and paste it in the about section. So let me see what I can edit. So I'm going to change this to what? To reach us now. Yeah, where is it? Okay, this one to reach us, what? To reach us now. And I'm going to remove all this. And then this learn more button. So I'm going to remove this video as well. To our footer. Oops, where is the footer? Oh, not this one. Okay, this one. This one right away. So let me just copy this font awesome, one of the font awesome text. Oh, where is it? Where is it, please? I want to put that map like stuff. So it's going to be something like map. This should work. Map. So there's a little bit different. I guess we don't have to care. Let me just check and see. Open. Oh. Okay. I want to be using map marked. So reach us now. So now, then later after this, they use map to search us easily. Use our footer address too. Oops, I forgot. I should copy something like this, and you see I've deleted all those stuffs before. So let me just go back to the about. I'm sorry for that. And just so use map to reach us easily. Yes, here. Then the next one is going to be use footer address too. You can use the footer address to reach us too. Oops, it should be. Then the next one is what is going to be a Google map. So let me just connect to my internet. I'm going to show you how to put a Google map on your site. So just go to browser and search for Google Maps and check for that specific location. As you can see from the address, I just said something like Silicon Valley. So let me just search for something like Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley. So as you can see, so let's see. The hospital is in Silicon Valley, Mountain View. So all you have to do is just hit this share button, and it's going to generate a link. And hit on this embed a map and copy HTML. That's all. So now when you open your this thing, your code or your page where you want to insert this map, just create a container, div your word map, and put that iframe. Paste what you have copied over there. You can see it like this. So here, that map is going to load. So whenever a visitor comes and want to go to your physical hospital, you can just use this map and locate. You see, you can just build larger map. That's all for this one. Then now let's move on to the table. How to create the table of your employees, the expert that you have in that your hospital, and which is going to be the last one. Yeah, the very last one. And we are done with what, something like that. We are done with HTML. So let me just come over here and do something like what div.what expert table. Oops. Image. So I'm going to create something like table, and inside this table I'm going to create a what table head. I'm sorry, table heads. The way you see the semantic element, how I created pages, it has what head, header, main and footer. The same thing with table. It's a good practice. I'm sorry I did not show you that during the lectures, but that's the reason for creating this project. So we have the table head, then I don't think we have table main, but we have the table footer or something like t-foot. Oops, we have table body as well. So inside this table head, I'm going to define all these things: serial number, full name, email, gender, role and salary. So I'm going to create a what table row, and inside this table I'm going to create a table head, not table data as you might think of. So I'm going to have what SN. Oops, I don't know why this thing is doing this for me. Then another thing is going to be what, it's not going to be full name or something like first name or last name. I guess it's going to be what full name, and the next one is going to be what the T is going to be what, it's going to be email, yeah, email, and the next one is going to be what gender, followed by role, salary. I guess that's all. Because there's no internet connection, that's why it is showing this, so you don't have to care about that too. So you have something like serial number, full name, email, gender, role and salary. So now let me go to the T body and continue. So I'm going to be using what TR to create what a new row and TD to create what a table data. Let me just grab all the data over there to save our time. So as you can see, that's how I finished this one. So table head, table body. I don't want to be typing much, so, so this one is referencing what is under the what serial number, then this table data, or the second one is going to be what full name, email, mail. The role is medical doctor, is going to be what the salary is going to be $500,000. So that's how it is. This is just how what we can create a table. Then lastly is going to be what the table footer. For the table footer, I don't think we have to write something, though we can just say table row, table data, and say what no expert. We can only use this one when we don't have any doctor, but for now let me just comment it out. So it's not going to show anything. Let's forget about it. So I guess this is the end of the project. I'm sorry, it's getting over 2 hours, but at the beginning I talked about 1 hour. So I guess HTML is somehow bulky, and we wrote a lot. Because that's all for the project. Thank you for watching.
Bye bye.